Yep. Of course it isn't. It's too small. Welcome to Mason-Dixon Metal Detecting. Come with us and explore the deep and rich history of the Mason-Dixon. Well, after finding good things at this site, I decided to mow down the high grass and brush so I could get some better swings in here. Oh, it did pay off with a little bit of sweat and blood, as you can see here. Well, I mowed this all down. It was all up in stubble right here. So right here, along the edge of this field here, I found a 1700s home site, I'm guessing. Buttons and coins, mainly buttons. And I mowed all this down around in here, trying to see if I can get a little bit more. And I got a couple signals right here. It's deep, so I'm thinking that's a button. Let's see. Off my place. I don't hit whatever I'm digging, because if I dig in the dirt or dig the weeds today, I'm confused. But we'll go for it and see what happens. That's obvious. Sounds better now. Alright, we're close, but no cigar. I think I see something right there. Nope. But I hear something right there. What is that? That is it. It's old. Can't exactly say what it is. It must be, yeah, it must be like a drawer pull. Some sort of escutcheon. But it's old. I'll take it. I'm happy with that, because there's like 2 or 3 more signals in here that we can find. So mowing all this down might have been maybe I might get something good out of it. This is at least a really good start. Not 3 feet away, I just dug 3 semi-modern bullet casings, and I get over here, and this was the same signal, and like I said, I'm 3 feet away, and I throw it out, and I see something right there. That's not a bullet. That is a button, I think. Yep, by golly. Don't feel like I got a shank. Oh, maybe it's bent over. Nope, it's busted off. So I would say finding a piece of escutcheon and a bullet, it was worth mowing. I would like to find more for sure for all the effort, but I got a little bit more. That makes me happy. I got a signal here. Maybe button or bullet casing. These bullet casings are old, so they're kind of eroded away, so they haven't been exactly consistent in their signals. But there it is, whatever that is. Is that it? What is it? What is it? Broken piece of button. Yep. Shanks on it. It's all busted up. Well, she still got silver on the back. The shank was still on it until somebody busted it off. Well, I ought to be a little more careful, shouldn't I? Well, it's old stuff. That's what I'm looking for. Be nice if it was whole, but I'll take it any way I can get it. I had to dig way down there. Didn't sound very good, so I didn't bother filming it, and it really isn't. But it's still, I guess it's a little interesting. It's a looks like a piece of kettle, big old cast iron pot of some sort. It was way down there, but it's part of the 1700s house. Pretty cool. I just dug that piece of kettle right there, and I stand up and I start to swing. I'm hoping that's a copper. Doesn't sound great, but most of the signals in here didn't. Got a good signal here in here where this root and tree is uprooted. And it's got a little deeper in here, and I got a good signal. And the detector says it's still in the hole, but I think it's close. Oh, look, see down there? Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. It was ringing really high. I don't see nothing on it. It's really thin, super, super thin. I mean, it is super thin. It's got to be colonial. I mean, I'd say it's a button, but I don't feel any shank. Don't see any shank mark on it. Well, let me clean it up if I see. Let's see if we can put a little pantry up here. Let's see if we can find anything on it. My fingers are so darn dirty. Fingers are making it dirtier than what the coin is. All right, let's see here. Zoom in a little bit. I don't see anything on that side. Don't really see anything on this side either. Well, it's a copper. She's thin, but I'll take her. Let's check the hole, see if there's anything else there. Maybe we'll get lucky and it's a spill. Well, I couldn't get a date on this, but I got an ID. It's a KG3. Pretty cool. Got a real iffy signal. And then as soon as I started digging, I lost it. It was gone. The detector can't find it anymore, but I kept digging, put the pin porter down there, and I got something over here on the sidewall, and it looks green. Right there. And it is. It is green. I don't know what it is. We'll have to find out here. Oh, it looks like it's multiple greens. Unless it's, what am I seeing down there? This looks like a broken copper. I guess that's what that is. Oh, it's folded over. Huh. Okay. Now I think it's a button. All right. That's one thing. I see something else, unless this is just the color. Oh, that was just the color off of it. That's a button. Okay. Let's come back to this. Let's go back to this. Zoom in a little bit. I've done this before where I say, no, I don't see nothing on it. I don't see anything on it. Let me give her a good clean up. If there is anything on it, I'll come back. If not, we'll see you on the next hole, I suppose. All right. Well, that's a good find. That was a really, really iffy signal. I was positive I was digging some sort of iron, but I was digging an old button. Makes me happy. So I did see something fall out, and when I was scooping the dirt out, I can't find it anywhere. I looked all through this. It wasn't over here. I looked down in the hole. It wasn't over there. I had to get the big detector back out, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, the signal's moved. Now it's on the other side. Then I realized it's right there. It's right on the sidewall. I kicked it onto the sidewall somehow. But there it is, after all that, a broken little button. But it makes me happy. That was a struggle, to say the least. I mean, this soil's all busted loose. Should be real easy to find signals, but that was tough. But anyway, it's an old button, and that's what I'm looking for. Old stuff. So that makes me happy. Makes me happy. So that's That's two things I found that they plowed up here. So that's good. Let's go for 3. Well, this was a pretty good surprise. I had a signal here, and it was really deep, and it was either false or it was giving me a really deep signal, and so I wasn't sure. But usually when you pull the top part of the dirt off, you can get a good idea what's going on. And I pulled the dirt off, and it just sounded like an old rusty piece of iron. So I started poking around in here, and right there is the old button. Now that is a great surprise. It was really deep too. It was below the plow line, but somehow or another I heard it. Ooh, that's got something on it. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like the shank's still on there. That's good. Let me rub this on my pants and see what we got. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Now that is a cool button. I've never seen one look like that before. That's going to take a little bit more cleaning. It looks like it's got fancy along the edge. Some stuff in the middle there. That is cool. Wow, this turned out to be a good evening. That was a iffy signal, I'm telling you. I didn't even think about trying to film this one. I thought for sure it was something rusty, but I figured maybe it'd be something cool rusty. I just did it again. I had a really bad signal. I should have videoed it. It was a bad signal. It would give me just a little false every once in a while. And then right down there in the bottom of that hole, and it's pretty deep. That's the whole pinpointer, so that's 9-10 inches, and that isn't a very big button. I was hearing it. I assume it's a button. I haven't picked it up yet. Yep, it's a button. But it was falsing up into the 90s from that deep. Oop, I just dropped it. But it's an old button. Huh. Well, that makes number 4. Got it. One more time. Oh, it's hard. All right. Let's see what we did here. Okay, well. Still, oh, yes I do. Right there, whatever it is that a piece of shoe buckle? See it? I think that's what it is. How did I miss that before? I guess what something is. It's the inside part of a shoe buckle. Nice. Found a broken piece of shoe buckle in here, and I don't find too many of these for some reason or another. I find the outside pieces of the shoe buckle, but I don't find these part. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. And it was right on top. I mean, it was not deep at all. There must have been something laying on top of this, and I couldn't hear it, because I've definitely been through here a lot. But the disc must have took whatever was sitting on top of it off. This place really don't have that many nails, but apparently there was something on top of it that I couldn't hear it. Well, that's a heck of a good find for me. I'm pleased with that. Turned into a very nice evening. Weather's gorgeous, and the finds are coming out. So makes for a good evening. Let's see if we can find some more. Here's a signal here, and this is a good example, I think, as to why you should dig those iffy signals on a proven site. So listen to this. I think that's a button. Let's see. Kind of sounds big. Might be some false iron. Oh, and it's a button. I see it. Right there he is. Now, do you hear that signal? Look at that. That makes me happy. A really rough signal. Half the time it only rang up one direction, and that's, let's see my pin pointer. My pin pointer is 9 inches, so that's that was down 10, 11 inches at least. So an old button. Doesn't seem to be anything on it. Said these words before, but for some reason it would be something on it. You better believe I'll be back. All right, well, this is turned into a fantastic evening. I'm having a ball. I know they're just buttons, but they're really fun. Let's get some more. Sun's going down. Deer over there watching me. 2 deer over there watching me. Thinking, what in the world is this guy doing? 3 deer over there watching me. Thinking, there's a crazy guy out there in the field. And I suppose there is. But you see the wet spot, or the darker spots there where I've been digging. I've been having a blast digging buttons. But this might be the cream of the crop. I'm thinking that this signal right here is a copper. That's what I'm hoping for. I can hardly believe that signal's even here. I can hardly believe it's even here. But let's see what we can find here. Come on. And again, it wasn't plowed up, so I don't know why I'm getting these signals. Only thing I can figure is it must have been something to do with the weeds, because there was weeds in here, and I was swinging through them, but I guess maybe it was making my coil false, and I couldn't hear the stuff well. I don't know how I couldn't have heard this one, because I mean, I've been over this good many times. Okay, let's see what we got here. That should have got us close. Still in the hole, it looks like. Mr. Plane is nice and noisy over top of me here. Guess he wants to see what I'm trying to find. Ooh. Oh, that sounds awful big. That doesn't sound good. Oh, I seen it though. It's something green. Look at that. There it is. There it is. As loud as that was, that's gotta be a copper. It's gotta be a colonial copper. Yep. Of course it isn't. It's too small. Maybe it's a farthing, but it was ringing up really loud. I think it's a farthing. It's my guess. Don't see anything on it, but I don't see anything where it made it's a button, so I'm guessing it's a farthing. But let me clean it up and see if we can get an ID on it. If we can get an ID, I'll bring you back. If not, it's an old colonial copper. The others were KG3s, so it's late 1700s. Be my guess. Looks like a farthing to me, if I had to take a guess. Haven't found any American in here, so we'll say it's a farthing. That is a great ending to my day, even though I'm not going to quit yet. But awesome. Well, it wasn't a farthing. It turned out to be a Virginia halfpenny. I couldn't figure out what it was. I had to ask my friend Doug, and he immediately told me exactly what it was, and he was right. And it's something that I've never dug before, so it's one more off the bucket list. It was really a cool find, and it's been a really fun site to dig, right down over the hill from my house, and I had missed this site for many years. Well, if you like this video, hit subscribe and come back and see what we find next time. See you later. Bye.